intro. So just showing you the layout of Canva and also like showing you how we like create graphics, or how I create graphics for our market center, so that you can have a better idea of how you can do that for yourself. But first, I just wanted to show you the pricing. Some people who may not be able to make it today may not know the pricing for Canva. So it lets you pick, like, it's assuming that you're a part of a team. So it lets you pick how many people are on your team, or if it's just you, 1 to 5. As you can see here, the options are free. Like you can join Canva for free, and it allows you to say get started. Right, it gives you a whole bunch of different membership pluses. And we, as a market center, like our staff team, we pay for Canva Pro just so that we can have a little bit more freedom to design and click around in here. But it's completely up to you, like what you would prefer to do. So we can go ahead and get started. So this is when you log in and you create your membership, this is what you will see. So it'll say home, all your designs. That's where all of your designs will live. So if I click, just quickly, I click on here, you can see like this is all of our designs, top to bottom, like most recent to least recent. They're all in here. So yeah, this is where all your designs will live. And let you have the ability to download them as well, but we'll get into that a little bit later. So here is the home page. Canva is really good at giving you suggestions as to what you can create, okay, or what format you can create. So it gives you an option to create an Instagram post. It gives you an option to create an Instagram story, a Facebook post, a Facebook cover. And it also has them up here as well. So it's like, what will you want to design? Are you looking to create a presentation? Is this for like a seminar? Is this for a meeting? Or are you just looking to create something for your social media accounts, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok? They have TikTok video formats available on Canva now, which is super cool. You can create videos in Canva. That is a very new feature that they've created. Print products. So Canva has partnered with, I think it is FedEx. You can print things at FedEx through your Canva membership. So what happens is like they can connect, the FedEx account will connect to a Canva account when you go to print from there. We're not going to talk much about that today, but but this is basically a really simple way to get started. So if you do log in and you do want to just come right to this page, you can look into templates. And that's basically what I just talked about, where it can give you ideas of what you want or where you're going to post. Is this for a YouTube channel, right? Is it for a LinkedIn, right? It's very, very simple to follow through, right? Maybe I want to click on a Facebook post. Maybe that's what I want to create today. Or if you're a realtor, which all of you are, right? You want to send something out to your sphere. You can create invitation designs. You can download that design to your laptop and then send it to FedEx to have them to print out. Okay, so this is a really good resource in case you want to do physical cards or like postcards, invitations to literally anything. Business, right? Canva has organized it all for you here. Presentations, websites, logos, business cards. So you can create your business cards in here if you don't want to use some of the sites that we normally use as realtors. They have mostly everything. Hey, Leah, how are you? Good, how are you? Come on in. We're just going over the basic layout of Canva real quick. So we're not far in or anything. So this is basically the home page of Canva I was explaining to everyone. And Canva has a free membership that offers you over like 25,000 designs. So if you just want to sign up for free, you can do that. So like I said before, there are a lot of, or Canva organizes things for you, so you don't have to do a lot of searching. So if you go up to templates, it organizes social media, personal things, business resources, marketing resources. So if you wanted to put up posters at the library about your business, or the local university, flyers, brochures, you can create all those designs in here, download them and send them to your local shipping. Education, right? Worksheets, certificates, if you're a teacher, that kind of thing. So there are a lot of cool and very easy ways for Canva to help you out with your business and creating designs. Does anyone have any questions currently about where to find certain templates or yes, London?
If I'm making a design that I want to use for multiple things, what would be like the default setting to create it?
That's a good question. So if you guys didn't hear, London asked if I want to create a design for multiple platforms, you mean?
Yeah.
Like Facebook, Instagram, and yeah, and a business cards. She asked what would be the design format that I would recommend. I would say Instagram post would be this one right here that says Instagram post. Instagram post. So Instagram connects to Facebook, right? Because they're from the same company. So if you use Instagram posts for most of your things, it will easily be uploaded to most social media websites. Okay, so if you're working with platforms, I would say just go straight to Instagram post and create it in there every time. That could be a good go-to for you guys, so you don't have to be like, well, should I go specifically to Facebook post? Nope, just go to Instagram post every time. Now, if you are wanting to create your business cards, I would say, since business cards are just a different shape, I would say, yeah, you can go in here into the search bar and just click and just type in business cards and see what happens. And it shows up, right? And it gives you different options. So that is something that I like about Canva, is I like to have a lot of options so that I don't feel like I have to like do the pros and cons of like between 1 and 2 options, right? If it was a minimal amount, that would be really stressful, I think, for me and for you guys as realtors. You want to be able to market yourself in your own personal way, and Canva gives you a lot of ways and options to do that. So here I typed in business cards, and you see that they have a lot of different options here. Vertical, creative, single-sided, bartender, personal trainer business cards, square business cards. So that is a really good feature for them. Good question, London. Thank you. Are there any other questions about templates in Canva and what it could possibly offer you?
You know, just to create a basic, do you just mostly use what's already there? Or do you just kind of start from a blank screen and just kind of create your own? Some people are really creative like that. But if you're not so creative, you almost feel like you're taking somebody else's design, which is okay, and just kind of adding your information in there.
Right.
I think I just kind of, I just want to make it so it's easy. Like if I want to create a post or something that's, you know, has some verbiage or, you know, I just want to, I don't know, I just want it to be easy. And it seems like it could be easy, but I just don't really know. I'm kind of like a newbie at Canva. You know, I kind of know a little bit about it, but I haven't really done much in it.
Yeah.
And, you know, do you just go with the templates that are already created and that just to make it easier? Do you create your own? I guess as you get better with it.
Yeah.
You know,
I think it, for me, what I do is I think about, well, do I have something already in mind? And if I don't, then I'll go and I'll look at the templates for inspiration. And if one of them I really like, I'm like, oh, that's exactly what I'm looking for. We can go ahead. I was gonna do a demonstration of a graphic. So I'm in Canva every single day for our market center. It's a lot. It's a lot, right? And I understand like the intimidation. It's like I have to be like really creative and thinking of all these ideas of like, what do I want to see and what do I think other people want to see? So I can go ahead now. Kate has a recruiting event coming up called the 12 Days of Listings, and I have not created the graphic for it yet. So first I'm thinking about where am I going to be posting this? And since it's a recruiting event, I'm going to be posting it on Instagram. I know that I'm going to be posting an Instagram post, like an official thing on the feed. and there's going to be an Instagram story as well. So, and I'm also going to create an event for it. So that means I need a Facebook event cover. So that's 3 different sizes of graphics that I'm going to need. And that's going to be super simple, but I want to first start with, like I said, the Instagram post. So I'll just click Instagram post and it'll take me to a blank screen. This is what it'll look like, a perfect square. And since it's called, the class is going to be called 12 Days of Listings, I'm thinking holiday, but I want it to be simple. So I'm just going to type in, this is the search bar where you can like literally type in literally anything you see. It can see all our past searches here: Thanksgiving, listing, thank you, celebrate. And so holiday, I looked at that up before, but I'm going to look it up again. I'm going to type in holiday, search. And so it brings me suggestions of what my graphic could look like, or suggestions of what I could create it, or I can just use this graphic if I wanted to and type in 12 days of listings. But I'm gonna see which one I like the best. Like I said, if you don't already have an idea in mind of what you want this to look like, then these are great resources to kind of get that thought process going. For Kate's class, I want something that is kind of Christmas themed, but also simple. I don't want it to be too gaudy so that people miss the purpose of the class. Right. It's not saying that all of these are like ugly or I don't like them. It's just I'm looking for something in particular to kind of get that feel of a class, but this might be good actually. And I can change this anytime that I want. All right, so this is the template that I want to work off of. I like the fact that it has like little designs, but I already see things that I want to change. So how do I change it? Right, I think I don't want this color. I want it to be white. So I'll just click on the background itself, and I'll go over here to this square box, and it'll tell you what it is, right? It's background color, so I'll just click on it. And this is these are like the primary, secondary colors that they just give you, right? Default colors. I want white, so I'm just going to click on white and it'll automatically change it for you. But say I wanted like a different shade of green, I'll just type in green. And you see it gives you a little bit more options, right? It gives you shades that you can work off of, and you can click any one of those that you want. But I just want to stick with white for now. If I want to change it later, I might actually change it later, but we'll see how I like this. So we have a white background. Now, what do? Well, I decided that I want these little icons here to be smaller. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this. And so when it pops up like this, you see this grid. It means that all of these things right here, the text, the icons, it means that they're all grouped together. So they're all attached to one another. So if I try to like move one, I move them all. If that makes sense. Mm-hmm. So I want it to go back exactly where it was. So I'm just going to go up to undo, and it'll put them exactly back where they were. But I want to ungroup these. So how do I do that? Well, I go up to these 3 little dots right here that say more. Mm-hmm. This is basically your toolbar. Well, you'll find everything that you need to help you create the graphic. Right, I'm going to click on more, and you see it says ungroup. Now, if these were not grouped, it would say what? Group them together, right? But I'm going to ungroup them because I don't like them right how they are. And look, it puts them in their own little boxes. So I'm going to click out of that. And now, right, if I move one, I just move one. I'm just going to undo because I want it back where it was. Now I want these to be smaller. I want these icons here, these little graphic things, to be smaller. They're too big. So all I have to do is click on them individually and just scrunch them down, right? That's actually a nice size maybe, right? And then I can just move it, right? See, when you see that little directional bar, you just click and you start moving, that directional bar will just show up. And something really cool about Canva that I appreciate is when I move things, you see those lines that pop up? It tells you what they're aligning with, right? So it tells me, oh, you're right in the middle of the graphic now. So you're center with the middle of the graphic. So I'll just let go then. Because I don't want to be all the way over here, right? That's not even. And sometimes my eyes, they go bad after looking at a computer screen for a very long time. So it's in the center now. I'll just leave it where it is. All right, but now this is uneven, so I can easily just move this up. And if you want, say this is too big. Now my font is too big because my icons are smaller. I'm just going to highlight it and I'm going to move up to the font size. And it says decrease font size. So I'm just going to decrease it to how big I think it should be. I think it should be just about like that. Is it centered? Yes, it's still centered. Good. Now we got to go to this guy. Now this is where I think I have to be the most tedious is when I shrink something, but I don't shrink the other thing at the same time. I could have probably done that. What I do is I just put it over and then I just shrink so that the ends touch. Because I'm not the best at thinking ahead, but I think I'm the one that thinks about it the most. That looks pretty even to me. There we go. Okay, and then that's basically what I'm gonna do. Do I like this font? Not really. I think it's kind of, I don't like it for days of listings. I don't like it for Kate's class. So I'm just gonna highlight it. I'm gonna go over here to the font box. I'm gonna click on it. And so it shows you at the very top, above this line is always gonna be the fonts that are already being used in the graphic, right? So this is Montserrat Classic. So that's really helpful because if I really like this and I wanna use it for another graphic, I know exactly what font it is. Okay. So I don't really like this kind of cursive. I still want cursive, but I just want a different one. So I'm going to type in cursive into the search bar. And if I see one that I think looks good, that's actually a really nice one. Isn't it cute? Yeah. London thinks it's cute. I think it's cute too. This is also a way that you can like reformat where the words go. On each text box, there's going to be this little thing. You'll see this arrow going left or right. That's where you can push them, right? It'll just push them to another line. I want it to be a little bit like this, maybe. I'll make it bigger. Canva gives you a lot of ways to make things bigger or smaller so that it's not just one way. Very intuitive. Oh, we got questions. Could you change the graphic size at any time? Good question, Tyrone. Yes. Now, a graphic size. Say this is what I want. Hold on, let me change the date. So her class is on, actually don't remember. I think it's on the 3rd. It's on the 3rd. It's on the 3rd at like, I think it's at 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. All right. So say I want to go visit us at KW Living. So I don't have to keep every word that I see, but I'm just going to do it for the sake of time. All right. Visit us at KW Living. So if like I said, I need 3 different sizes, graphic sizes for this specific class because we want it to be on Instagram story, and our Facebook and our Eventbrite. So to do that, if you look at this top blue-ish bar, there's the undo, redo. And then right next to it, it says resize. And you think, oh my gosh, it's going to resize my whole graphic. Absolutely not. We'll click on resize. And it'll ask you, well, this is normally what you want in terms of your graphic sizes. And then say I want it to be an Instagram story as well, which I do. So I'm going to click on that. And then below you have an option. You either can resize the original graphic. So if you click this button, it'll resize this one and it'll change the whole size of this one. But what I want is I want to copy and resize. So I'll copy and resize, and it'll take me to a whole different design, whole different graphic, but with the same thing. So this is an Instagram story. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna make it look exactly like this, but with this size, if that makes sense. This doesn't look right, does it? It looks dumb. And I don't want my stuff to look dumb. So I'm just gonna move it to where I feel like it'll look best. And at any point you can change it. This is never final. Canva is great. Anything that involves like creativity or the arts, they make really easy to change because they know artists change their minds all the time. They never like the stuff that they make. You notice that? It's always like, no, that's ugly. I want to change it. I'm the same way. I'm not an artist, but having to do this, I think, my goodness, why did I make it like that?
I never knew you could resize it.
No?
No. And I know, and I have Canva Pro, but I thought that resize was to change my existing, whatever. Like this is worth the price of admission.
Right? I know it saves you a lot of time, doesn't it?
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Because it would be so annoying to have to go back, find the same template, right? And then create it.
Redo all of that. Oh my gosh. Okay.
Yep. And so I think this looks fine right now, the way it is. I think I've done it to the best of my ability, but I also want to create a Facebook event cover. So I'll go back down. I'll click Facebook event cover. I'll say copy and resize. There it is, right? This is a little bit bigger of a space. So I'm thinking that I want to put, maybe either add a different background color so there isn't as much negative space. You know what I'm talking about? And so it looks like people want to look at it. So I'm going to actually widen this. Oopsie. Usually, yep, there it goes. Right. Make it bigger. Instagram story is right here. Yep. So all three of these, if you look at the top here, all three of these are their own separate designs. And how you separate them is I'll label it 12, I'll just say 12 days. And then I'll put Insta, right? Insta post. So that when I go back into my all of my designs, I know that this is the one that's the Instagram post. And then I go to the story and it already has it labeled for me. I just have to label it what it is for me personally. 12 days Instagram story, and then it's automatically changed to that, and that's its title. So here I'll put 12 days Facebook event cover, right? So that's what it lets you organize it the way that you want to, so that you don't get all confused. I don't know about you, but I don't like being confused. It's my least favorite thing in the world. Right, so I'm just trying to resize these. Visit us at KW Living.
Hey, Gera,
Yes.
did you control to select both of those graphics?
Uh-huh.
You hit control and select them?
Good question, Tyrone. Tyrone, you're coming at me with all these good questions today, and I love it. So to select two or more things and to move them together or to resize them together, what I do, instead of having to group them each time, I can also show you that. This thing is in my way. So sorry. So I'll click on one, and then when you look at your keyboard, you have to click on one first, look at your keyboard and hit shift and keep that held down. And then you click the other thing, the other item, click that and see how it lights up.
Yeah.
These lines. After you click that second thing, you can let go of the shift. And it'll let you, oopsie, sorry, I'll do it again, just for good measure. Clicking it, I'm holding on the shift button on my keyboard. I'm clicking the other item and it highlights it for me. And now I can let go of shift and move both of them at the same time. Or if I want to resize them, I can do that too, because now they're together. I may not want them to be grouped together. Like I may not want them to stay together. So that's why I didn't hit group. You see,
Yeah,
as soon as I highlighted both of them, it asked me, hey, do you want to group them? You look like you want to group them, right? But I don't. So I'm going to keep them ungroupped for now.
so
Good.
when you first resized them in the very beginning, you could have selected, that's what you were talking about. You could have selected both of those and then resized them.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yep. I could select both of them and just make them bigger, make them smaller if I wanted to. The whole thing with Canva is Canva wants you to be able to do what you want to do to the best of your ability. So if you want to resize them, they're like, you want us to resize them both at the same time, we'll let you have that ability and we'll let you do it. So that's what they did. I think personally that this background needs to be a different color. What color? I'm not quite sure. I might make it red and then make these things white. So some of the elements, they call them, which is what these things are, these little icons, they live in the elements tab. So I can go over and click on elements and they'll probably be in the graphics tab. So I'll click and I'll type in Christmas. And here they are, they all show up. I like ones that are a little bit more outlined, like you see here. So they're not all filled in like you see these ones are. And it'll take you some time to find them. Right, see this ornament? It's outlined. And then it'll say magic recommendations. It'll give you more that are like that, which I really appreciate. Okay, so this is where you'll find little icons like this. And if you click on them, some of them, they will not allow you to change the color. And so the color box will not pop up. But luckily for us, this little icon right here, I can change the color. So I'll just click on that. This might be a little scary for some people, but I'm going to click on white. It's going to disappear for a little bit. And you see at the bottom here, I don't know if you guys can see, but at the bottom here, it asks me, shoot. I'll just do it again. But it'll ask you at the bottom, do you want to change all of them? And it'll change every single one to the color that you want. I'm just going to change them each to white. And then I'm going to go back, click on my background, go back to my color, and I'm going to see what kind of red I want. So people ask me all the time, Gera, how did you find that like color? How did you make it that way? Like, how do you know how to do that? I honestly just click through each red that I find to be attractive, right? So I like this red. Does it look good? It doesn't necessarily look good with this kind of green that I have here. It makes my eyes hurt, right? I'm like, eh. So I'm going to click on this red. This red's a little bit deeper and maybe a little bit too dark, right? What about this one? No, I don't like it. Too pink, London says, I agree, right? This might be a good color. I think I really like this color. So I'm going to change the color of my green font. But what green do I want? Well, let's see. That's better. It's all about choosing. That might be actually, that looks actually kind of cute. It's all about your perception of what you think people want to see. And if my eyes tell me, Gera, that's a good color, stick with it, then I'm just going to stick with it. If other people don't find it that way, you know, right, that's life. That's life. I like it the way it is. Now, say I want to save these things to my computer. How do I do that? Well, I'm going to go up to this corner, up back to our bar right here. I'm going to over to download. Now I'm going to click on download and it's going to give me all of these words. What does PNG mean? I don't know. But what I can tell you is it's going to give you the best quality picture that you're looking for. That's why it says suggested at the top. So I'm going to click PNG. If you were looking to make it a smaller size, like a JPEG, you could do that. Or if you want it to be a PDF, like if it's a flyer, right, and you want it to print it out, I would click PDF, right? But it's a PNG and I want it to look the best it can. So I'm going to click PNG and then I'm just going to click download. Oh, portable network graphic. Thank you, London. PNG means portable network graphic, which I think is a good name for it. So as you see, it went right down to my file bar. I'm going to go to the other ones. I'm just going to click them. PNG, that's exactly what I want. Download. I'm going to go over to my Facebook event cover, PNG. I do want a PNG, download it. That's going to download directly to my downloads. So yeah.
And why do we want PNG again? Is that-
So it's going to give you the best high quality image you see.
Yes, okay.
So sometimes when you do a JPEG,
Mhm.
it'll make the font or words blurry when you post them.
Right.
And that's not what you want. You want it to look clean and clear.
Okay.
So I would click PNG. Alrighty. All right, I downloaded them all and I want to see them in my folder just to make sure. And there they are, right? Each of them in their own different size, just the way we wanted them to be. Oh wait, can you guys see? You can't see.
No, it didn't show for us.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I forget that I have to share, new share. I want you to see my downloads. All right, now you can see, right?
Yes.
Perfect. So now you can see in my downloads 3 different sizes, and it downloads the 3 different sizes perfectly. I don't have to go back and do anything, and they all are labeled as PNG, so you know that they're high quality graphics, which is what I truly appreciate. Now we're going back. Okay, before I move back to all of my designs, does anyone have any questions about anything that I just did? Feel free to ask me any questions because I'm in here every day. London has a question.
What if you want to change the background to not a solid color, like add pattern?
A pattern. Good question. So I've done that before where maybe you've seen some of our classes. I don't want just a solid color for my background. Maybe I want a picture. So I can show you actually if I go into all of our designs. I made a graphic for our upcoming events. There it is. So you see here, I have pictures as a background. How did I do that? Well, I'll show you. So over here, Canva has photos. And it's just like every other tab. You can click and search. So say I wanted Christmas again. It'll give me any kind of photo that I want. Okay, so this is what London was talking about. I just want to give you an example. I'll go back to my Instagram post and say, I want to stay in this graphic, but I want to play around. I want to see if I can find photos to make a different graphic. I'll just click, it says duplicate page, or it says add page. Duplicate I click on it, it'll give you an identical version of what you just created. Okay, so now I have 2, but I didn't want that. What if I want to get rid of it? I made an accident. I just go up, I delete the page, and it only deletes the one. Okay, I'm just going to add a page though, so I can play around. So now you have 2 graphics in one, and I really appreciate that. All right, so I don't want Christmas event, I want Christmas. Say we want this one. Now here is a picture, and I want it to fit the whole post size. So I'm just going to try, and does it fit? No. Now I can make it fit, but it's going to zoom in, just to be aware of that. So it'll zoom in like that, which may not be what everyone wants all the time. So if you don't like that it did that, you can find a bigger size picture, right? But some people are like, well, I don't want it to be so like bold like this. I want the color to be a little bit lighter. I want it to look like a little bit faded. Sorry, I'm always moving that thing, but I click on this, I click on the picture. Then at our tool bar right here, I go over to this weird grid box that says transparency. I click on that, and it tells you that the transparency is at 100, which means that there's absolutely no fade, no transparency at all. So if I want it to look a little bit I'll go like this. And you can see the page, the pictures start to get a little bit whiter. I kind of like how it is like that, right? I think that looks kind of cool. And it'll stay like that. So if you don't want it to be like, right, you can always do this. But remember that this fade color of white is white because you didn't put another color down. So let me delete this. You can delete any picture you have. So I'm gonna click on it like I did when I wanted to make it transparent. Just gonna go over to the trash box and I'll just delete it. So if I wanted the fade color to be different, I'm gonna first click on my background color and go to the box. Say I wanted it to be faded to green. I'll click green. And then I'll go back to my picture. Click on it. I'll do exactly what I just did. But guess what's going to happen now that my background is green? My transparency is going to be green. You see? So it doesn't always have to be white, right? Doesn't always have to be white.
I didn't know that either.
Pictures or have pictures, like how you have the people.
Oh, like
But if
this?
you wanted to add a half, yeah, you just, is that just the whole picture, you just put the box in there?
So yeah, so what I did with Kate's, so this is from Kate's Moms and Mimosas event, is you can cut pictures in half, like I was just showing you. Hold on, let me undo what I just did. There. I make it smaller, but you can cut a picture in half on purpose if you want by this little bar right here. So if I want the full picture or if I just want this part, I can do that. Okay, so that's exactly what I did over here with our upcoming events graphic. This picture was bigger and it was a lot wider and there was a lot of empty space that I didn't want our audience, so to speak, to see. So I just minimized it. You can see I can cut off, right? Just like that. You are in control, complete control of what the viewer sees at all times when you're working in Canva, which makes me feel comfortable and safe to create things, right? No one has to see what I don't want them to see. So if I don't want them to see that, I'm sorry, but I don't want them to see the top part of that. So I'm just gonna, right? It just looks a lot better. That's how I feel. Same thing with anything you create in here. So I'm just gonna go through it. I'm gonna shade it like we did when it was white. Just make it green. It's a little bit ugly. That's good. That's a good green. So that's that. Do we have any questions, any more questions about creating graphics? I know they're out there.
No question, Gera, but I know that so I know that there are some features that you cannot get with the basic and you have to have pro. And I don't know if transparency is one of those, but I know like whiting out a background of a picture is one of those you have to have pro to do. Or like if I post a picture to white out my background, like of me, you have to have the pro to do so. Is transparency one of those? I can't remember because I've had pro, just so people know.
London is saying that she has the free one and the transparency feature is free.
Okay.
Yep. For if you
So
have
I think the other one is not. I can't remember.
So what Janice is talking about is in an image, this is fairly new to this year, I would say with Canva is Canva Pro. So if you have Canva Pro, you can click on this image and over here in your toolbar, it says edit image. And then over here, it says background remover. This is only available for people who have the Canva Pro subscription, unfortunately. So if I want to move the background of my picture, I don't know if it'll let me with this one. It might. There we go. Right. See, it took the background out and said, this is the only thing that's not in the background. So it'll let you take that out if you have the Canva Pro. So, but if you're like, I made a mistake, that actually looks kind of ugly. right? Restore. Shoo. I love that. See, it shows you the original image and where it was. But I can always undo. There it is.
Right.
Perfect. Good question, Janice, about features.
What about adding like the KW logos to these things? That would be in command, like where do you, because I'm not that savvy on that, like I saw, like if I wanted to create an email signature, which I haven't done yet because I need help with it.
Yeah.
I know, Katie was showing us, we had something, and she was showing us, but it seemed like it was moving so fast, I didn't really catch it on how to really get to do it.
100%.
I know she was doing something in Canva with it, but I don't know. I mean, the different logos that you guys have, I think if they're in command, you can kind of.
Yeah, they're in command and they're also on our agent's guide website. You can download them from there.
Okay.
That's a good question though, uploading photos. So if you have your own photos, like for this was my photo from Moms and Mimosas. So what you can do is, let me stop us looking at that. Over on this side, it'll say uploads. You'll click on uploads and you can upload media. So that's uploading from wherever you want, right? If you have a picture in your downloads or from your desktop or anything, it'll let you import them. Say, I just want, that's actually a video. Oopsie. I want to import this somehow. I'll just say open and you can see it'll show you how much it's uploaded and then it is. And then it's just there. I click on it and it automatically appears in my graphic. So if I wanted to add the KW Living logo to this graphic, so they're already uploaded for us. Sorry, you're gonna see everyone's pictures. We need to have all your headshots in here. Screenshot what? Well, the good thing about Canva is you can, if you log in on your phone, you can go over to your uploads and click on these dots right here. And it'll say download original. And it'll let you download it from Canva. If you lost it in your phone or if you deleted it off your phone, you can, it's still in there as an image. So you can still download it to your phone from Canva if you've lost this image and you can't find it, which is really helpful. We have a question. I just did my email signature and Janice just did her email signature. Cute. We can go to that too, but let's hit the logo thing first. So the logo I've already uploaded into our Canva. I click on it. It appears. I want it. It's too big. Yeah, I can't have this. I want to make it smaller. I'm just going to move it to the side here. I don't think I'm going to keep this one. Sometimes if our KW Living logo is too big, I don't suggest this for realtors, but for my job, I can do this. I can just put the KW tiny logo that looks like that. I can do that and put it to the side because it looks just cleaner, smaller. But as realtors, you guys have to have our KW Living logo. It just has to be, I'm sorry, it's for compliance. I know sometimes it's too big, but.
Well, that's shrunk down, but that KW, can you shrink it a little bit more?
Yeah, I mean, you can make it, you can shrink it as much as you want to. Until basically it's almost disappeared. It'll stop you at a certain point because it's like, well, then what's the point?
But you can stick it in the corner.
That's for signage or business cards. So London made the point about signage and business cards, which I think a lot of you know on here already. But just to recap, say I put my name in here and you're creating your sign. Gera Snelling. Say this is like the graphic that you're creating your sign with. And our logo obviously needs to be on your realtor sign. If my name cannot be covered by our logo end to end, I am out of compliance. So this is what I'm talking about. You see even this little sliver of the G that's hanging off. Okay, it can't be like that. Okay, so this is a good way. Yep, this is a good way for you to like test if you're in compliance. So I know that I just need to make my name a little bit smaller. The logo can go anywhere on your sign, but if you're in Canva and you're designing it, make sure that your name is covered completely and can be covered completely by our logo, or else you are out of compliance. Okay, so it doesn't matter where you put the logo, but as long as it can cover, you're good. Okay, does everyone understand that online?
Yes.
Okay. All right, let's go to email signatures. So I want to exit out of all this, and I can, it'll save it for me. It's already saved. If you not believe me, I go up here and I just refresh. There they are. And Instagram story, Facebook cover, Instagram post. They're all in all of my designs. And that's where they'll stay unless I want to delete them. What if I want to delete a graphic? I'll go over to this top part. It'll say select. I click on that. And then this little bar will pop up at the bottom. And I want to trash it, delete. Are you sure you want to delete? I'm 100% positive. Now, email signature. I am just going to go to the top, search, and I'm going to type in email. And it'll give me different options. It's like, do you want a header? Or you do want a signature? I want a signature. But I'm going to type it all out to see if they give me different sizes. Email signature, they give me one size. You can't have email signature in there? Oh. London is saying that if you have free Canva subscription, it doesn't give you like options or like inspiration. Is that what you're saying? Okay, it doesn't give you this inspiration.
Interesting.
That is interesting. But you can create from blank, or if you see one that you like, you can literally just click on it. So I like this one. I think it's pretty simple, but creative. And then you can literally just go in. Change it. Now, do I want my name to be in all caps? I don't know. Depends. Right now, I don't. So I can go in here. I click on the three dots, and sometimes what people will do is they'll make it so that it's all capped. So this is a button that you can press if you want every word in this text box to be capitalized, every letter, you'll click this and it'll stay that way. Okay, so if I go to put more, if I want to put, I don't know, doctor, don't quote me on this. I don't want to be a doctor. But you see, like but if I undo that, I go back to my dots, I uncapitalize it. Well, that proves me wrong. Why did it do that? My caps lock is not on. Anyway. Yeah. It should still let me do that. I don't want these to be grouped because they're making me upset. Not upset, but I just don't want them. I want them to be further down. So I selected that. I want them all uppercase, and it did it for me. They're all uppercase now. But if I'm like, that's ugly, I'll change it back, right? Easy feature, but yes, so email signatures in here can be created. Apparently, if you want to work from an email signature template, you're gonna have Canva Pro. But there's also ways that you can like just type into Google like images, email signature examples, type it in, it'll show you some, so you can like work off of those as well. I'm just trying to save you money here, right? If you don't want to pay for Canva Pro, there's other ways you can work around and find inspiration. Okay, no need to pay more than you're willing to in any moment. And it works just like any other graphic, right? So if I don't want this all here, if I don't want a whole text box, I can just go over here and delete it. But if I'm like, wait, actually, I kind of want one there, I'm gonna it's there anyway, right? So like I said before, Canva wants you to be able to do whatever you want to do at any time with your graphics.
What if I'm putting a picture on there? Like, I know you use for the photos probably, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then, I I mean, I've seen different email signatures, and they look really cool, so I don't know if they use the template, they just created it, but
Yeah,
the pictures are on there, just looks nice.
that's a good question. So you can like upload your pictures like I just showed you, but if you wanted your picture to be a certain shape,
Mhm.
that's a good question. So I don't want this here. I'm gonna delete this logo. If you want your picture to be in a certain shape, you're gonna go to elements. And in the elements, you'll see recently used. So you'll see what you recently clicked on, lines and shapes, graphics, photos, videos, charts, and all the way down here, you'll see it says frames.
Mhm.
Think of frames just like your face, framing your face or framing a picture. That's exactly what they do. So I'm going to click on it. It's going to appear in my graphic. I want it to be a little bit smaller. It'll move just like any other thing in Canva.
Okay.
And you can put it anywhere you want. And then I'm going to go back over to my uploads because I have my picture over here. I don't know where it's down here somewhere. Oh, there I am. Click. And what you have to do to put it in there is you just drag the picture and hover it over and it'll take it away from you.
Okay.
And if you're like, I want my face to be higher,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
Double click and you can drag it up. But some people are like, I want it to be closer too. So you can also, while you double clicked, you can also make it bigger
Mhm.
so that you're not just one size. Right? Does that make sense to everyone? Okay. And are there any more questions about creating graphics, what to do or where to find or how to?
Where would you put the KW sign like for your email signature? Where would you, I mean, if you were to change something, where would you add to that one? At the bottom corner, maybe with the value?
If I were to put this, if I were to, Leah asked it, where would I put, if I was creating this for myself, where would I put our graphic? I would delete this. And I would put our graphic right there. Or I mean, sorry, our logo. Right. My name is too big. My name is way too big. So then I think maybe I need a different font because this font is so like it's taking up a lot of space. That's better, I guess. I did it. Okay. And then it'll go right here for me. That's where I would put it.
Okay.
And then I would put some really cute. Yeah, we value our relationships with our clients. I would put anticipating greatness, creating opportunity, which is what we do here at KW Living, right? We're anticipating that people are going to use their talents and skills to do what they want, best of their ability. So we're going to create opportunities for them to jump into. If you can mix and match, right? I don't like that they're both this way.
I know, right, but it's just for.
Right. What you want to see. Remember what you want to see here. If I don't think it looks good, then I'm not gonna go with something that I don't think I like. I think that looks fine right now.
Then you need to add like your phone number, you add the phone number, right? You would put, what would you, well, obviously, I have to look at the graphic, but you would put your, well, I guess this is the email signature, but you put your phone number and stuff in there, right?
Yeah, you can put your phone number, your address, if that's what you want, your phone number.
Oh, right.
In email, you can't put your email because some people are like, well, where do I find it? But
Just add a box, right? Or just open that one up and just.
yeah, so if I want to add another text box over here in our tabs, you click text. And it gives you like 3 generic sizes to use. I'm just going to click little body text so it's not so big. And you can put it wherever you want. I can put it over here, or I can replace our quote with my contact information. It just depends on what you feel like looks best.
Okay.
Right now, if I'm being honest, I would have to rearrange this whole email signature to make it look the way that, to make it fit my phone number and my email, like my contact information. for me for me to feel like it looks good.
It just looks right. It's just kind of.
Wait, I got things in every corner here, and for some reason, for me, I don't like the way that looks.
Yeah, it's just okay, but
Yeah,
I mean,
there's a lot of words going on.
then when you save it, then you can, I guess I'll have to ask you that I mean, I can ask you that offline. You save it obviously, and that's gonna go into your files or whatever, your saves, and
Mhm.
then, yeah, like I said, I have other questions.
Oh,
but
you're okay.
Yeah, it's just,
Yeah. So it should be pretty simple for you guys. And like I said, if you make a mistake, it's easy to undo it. It's not going to be permanent. That's the nature of the program of Canva. So yeah. What other questions we have? Any questions online from people? Anyone online have any questions about how to make something specific or process or graphics?
Oh,
No, I'm good. I learned some stuff though.
Tyrone, you had a question?
yeah, the compliance, that applies to any graphics we doing. Is that
For
correct?
most, yep, I would say just to be safe for most of them. I remember when Amanda was still our principal broker, she even said like, even in your email signatures, make sure that like I just did, to make sure that that logo is bigger than your name. Yeah. We always want to be on the safe side of compliance and not dance in the line.
I knew that before I signed, except I did not know that for other graphics.
Mm-hmm. For your say, I'll show you what I created. Like we were looking at what I created earlier. I can go back to home, go to all of my designs, upcoming events. You see how upcoming events is bigger than our logo? That's fine, right? Like saying Merry Christmas or creating a Merry Christmas graphic. It's more
It's if
so
our
like,
name-
what's that?
It's if our name is included.
Correct. If your name is in here, it has to be the same size or smaller.
right.
Okay, this is just like a informational thing. Any more questions? I want to really open it up just to make sure, because this is designs and social media are a really big part of your guys' business, and we want to make sure you guys are prepared and feel like you can do what you're supposed to do and what you need to do. Yeah, Leah has a
Do you,
question.
Have someone who, if we don't really feel like we have time to do it, because
Mhm.
to be honest, it's kind of a lot sometimes to try to figure this stuff out. It's not that it's hard, it's
Mhm.
just that if that's just not your strong suit, you just, until you can get to really playing around with it and have time to deal with it,
Mhm.
what would you recommend someone to do? Do you just hire somebody? I mean, because that's probably the best way to,
Mm,
just to hire somebody to like put your, like, to create stuff for you, or do you
Mm.
recommend, I mean, I'm sure people are doing that because
yeah.
everybody's not doing their own, I'm sure,
Mhm. Mhm.
but for the people who are not doing their own, is there like a suggested person that does this besides you? Because I know
Yeah.
you're doing it for the office, but
Mhm.
is there somebody else that you know that wouldn't mind for a fee
Mhm.
creating stuff like this for people? Simple, graphics. that you
Right.
need.
I would 100% ask around. There's no one on staff.
Okay.
We are working on in like the future, I would say in the next year and a half or so, creating a drive where all of our agents can go in, and there's like some basic templates there that you can use. But that's not for a little bit, until my time gets a little bit freed up.
I know.
But yeah, I would say there are people in our office that are really good with social media. And so if you like just put in our Facebook page, hey, is anyone willing to create a few graphics that I'll pay them for?
Right.
I 100% positive there's gotta be someone
I'm
in
sure
there.
there would be, because some people just, you do it effortlessly, obviously. 'Cause
Let's
you've been
practice.
doing it. But
Right, yeah.
For some reason, I just think I would just have to keep playing with it. But
Mhm.
in the meantime, it's like I need something tomorrow.
Mhm.
If I'm just, I don't know, for me, I'm a little bit of a different way I do things. It's kind of like, if I don't feel confident in it, I may not go in there and mess with it too much. I may,
Mhm.
but it's like, am I gonna use it? I might not, but I don't know. But it's just good to have somebody you can go to that can assist you if you need to. Just, even if they just have 15, 20 minutes to spend with you.
Right. Totally. I totally get that. And yeah, I think our Facebook group, if you went in there, because we do have some like gurus who are like, I know how to make a graphic and I can do it quickly, you can go in there and ask and be like, hey, I'll pay, like if you just want to make a quick open house graphic or something like that.
helpful.
I know, and I'm someone who like sometimes I am crunched for time, and so I will just like use a template and like
Right.
just type in my words and
Just
type in
use
the
it.
information and because they're not like, hey, that's my graphic, right? They have interns and they have staff on here that create graphics for other people to
That's
use.
true. So
So
maybe it's okay to just use those too, and I think
Mhm.
that's probably the best place for a person to start who's a rookie.
yeah,
Yeah, I think so.
yeah, just easy to just type in, click. Here, I don't want to mess up this graphic because I'm probably going to go off of it next month. But if I wanted to go into Instagram posts, and you know, they give you ones. If I want to just click on this one, customize this template, right? They want you to change it. They want you to make it your own. Say your logo here. I want to say KW holiday party. Oh my goodness. It's too big. I got to make it smaller so that the words stay together. But that's the idea, right? So that they make it so you can customize it quickly and be like, oh, well, I'm just gonna put link in bio. I'll put our logo at the top. It is kind of a pain to have to go all the way down to the bottom, but who's to say? Put it at the top, boom, bam. I just want people to know about it. I just want people to know that we're having it. I can download it and post it on Instagram. Mm-hmm. What other questions do you guys have? Oopsie. Tyrone, Lauren, you guys have any questions? Marilyn?
No, I'm just
Good.
gonna have to play with it.
Yeah, totally. And it's something that I'm gonna be honest, I was new to Canva. I started in KW in February. And I had never used Canva before, but I'm on Instagram a lot. Every single day of my life, I'm on Instagram for personal use, for professional use, and I know what I see. And you guys know what you see when you go on Facebook or when you go on Instagram and you see these really nice modern graphics or just graphics that you think look nice. I would say go with your gut, right? You know what you like to look at, you know what you normally see when you go on social media. And if you recognize something similar, right? Like this looks like something that I see on social media a lot. And so I would say, I want to use this, customize my graphic, right? And I can use it for something that I want. Okay. And I refer back to this video anytime you feel unsure or you're wondering, right? It'll be uploaded to our agent website. I want you
Great.
guys, yes, I want you guys to feel comfortable. So thank you for coming and learning and watching.
Thank you.
Thanks, Gera.
Thank
Thanks
you,
so much.
guys. I hope you guys have a great day.
You too.
Too.
Bye.
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 Bye.